If my Edo State and if my Edo State people will ever move forward, we must all come along, irrespective of our affiliation. We must make this as a sacred order that we cannot afford to leave our brothers behind because they are of different political parties. We shall not leave them behind in APC, AAC, and the rest political parties. We shall treat them as our own, and we shall serve them as a true government for the people. The Peoples Democratic Party PDP has won even before we went into the elections. And we all know this is the way it is going to be in a very long time. Every step is a hurdle, even with this one that we have jumped. Undoubtedly, we as a people, we know that what we want, and we know whom we want. It is good to state this going forward. We have got many lives to live, and we have got many victories ahead of us to win after the 19th of September 2020 Edo State elections. So we must say a capital no to election violence. Let us from today, the 9th day of August 2020, begin to promote the ideas of mutual respect, cooperation, and development of our Edo State. As the Peoples Democratic Party PDP, with Governor Godwin Obaseki, we have started paving this path to a better Edo State with better uplifted people, because we cannot afford to lose track of the more challenging days that lie ahead. That is why today we can hopefully say in Edo State, Edo is not Lagos. Edo is not Lagos State. We want Edo State that will be greater and better than Lagos State. And we want our people of Edo State to be more sophisticated and better educated and prepared people, more than every other people in Nigeria, more than the people of Lagos State. We are warriors from the great past. We are warriors from the great past, and we would be warriors again. In our warriors' code, we were not told that there is a day we would surrender. We were only told to fight until the end. As long we stay on this path, as long we walk on this path, and as long we vote on this part of the People's Democratic Party PDP with Governor Godwin Obaseki, we have long gone past the days of baboon dey walk, monkey dey chop. The victory is for us all. Any wildlife, any wild animal, any tiger and lion that wants to live with us in this estate of our new world must live in the cages. Let me remind us all people, with this shared common tradition, values, and geographical space on this planet Earth, that even though we may be different in our ancestral bloodline, we may be different in our ethnicity, we may be different in our language, we may be different in our religion, and maybe in the color of our skin or in our body structure, but still let us encourage a common goal. Let us encourage a common goal for us all. Let us say yes to People's Democratic Party PDP Obaseki is a goal, and let us work towards this goal together, all of us, that whether you are a traditional chief or whether you are a commoner, that whether you are a master of the art with all the degrees in this whole wide world, or whether you have not attained any form of education at all, which I can swear to you all that this is true in our Edo State of today. There are people that have never been opportune to gain access to a tiny drop of education. But still, we cannot work together to achieve meaningful purpose for us all because PDP Obaseki has come to recognize this. This is the time for us all to sincerely look inward and to ask ourselves truly, how do I want to be treated? The same answer that you shall find for yourself is the same answer that is applicable to your neighbor. If arithmetically for you 1 plus 1 is 2, then for your neighbor 1 plus 1 must not be 0. If you think you deserve a cup of grain, if you think you deserve a cup of water, or you think you deserve a cup of grain, then you must also think that your neighbor deserves a cup of water and a cup of grain. This is the application that the Peoples Democratic Party PDP, Governor Godwin Obaseki, is going to apply in all the local governments of Edo State. You do not need to come to Oredo local government area of Edo State from Akoko Edo to gain primary school education. You do not need to come from Akoko Edo local government area into Edo State to gain secondary school education or tertiary education. You must all have access to education from your own hometown. No one human being is more human to the other in our state. Edo State is for all of us that is from the state. So, I sincerely assure you all today that in our victory, in our quest for a better future, for a better tomorrow, as the People's Democratic Party PDP Edo State, you will all come along, irrespective of your name, your gender, your political affiliation, your economic status or title. Edo State is power to the people. Edo State is PDP, and it is for all of us. And to move forward, let us not return back to the old days of Egypt. Let us not be beasts of the lions and the tigers, or beasts of any kind in the hands of them that wish we will never grow above them, nor even their children. If a mass from a designated, if a mass not designated for a commission would be used to inaugurate a presumed house from an undisclosed premise by some absent-minded gang of people, and then would think we can be fooled that way, as they want us to see legality in this bedeviled action of theirs, filled with treasonable offenses. Then any one gang or people can as well come together to form a parallel government against an elected government of a state and declare themselves as governor and government of that state. If we have to employ the rule of law, we have to employ the rule of law. If there is a rule, then we must have to apply discipline to curb this new threat to our democracy. So I say, let us collectively vote the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State. I tell you without doubt that even if all of us decide we do not want to have a governor and we want to live without any form of a ruler, still, God's will for us will still win. Thank you. I humbly thank you all today. My name humbly remain Mr. Bright Owen Osagi. God bless you all, and goodbye.